After one whole year, it's time for Every Cosmetic Ever, Episode 2. Let's get started. What update do you think this is? It's actually so old that I thought I was in the wrong update. Although I should remember this update, seeing as it's the household update. We'll start with the popular one, the cookie jar. This was a face cosmetic that would run you about 3,000 shiny rock. A lot of people use this cosmetic as a roleplay kind of thing, but some just really love cookies. Similar to the cookie jar in popularity, we have the plunger. It was just as loved and was even cheaper at 2,000 shiny rocks. So it's pretty surprising how barely anyone has this cosmetic, or at least wearing it. Another reason people really loved it is they would turn their head upside down to invert the stick, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, last off on this row is the saucepan. It was only a bit more expensive than the plunger at 2,500 shiny rocks. Usually people with it are a bit hard to find and normally sweats. Hey, that gives me an idea. Let me know if you would like a what your cosmetic said about you kind of video. And over to the even more popular ones, the utensils, in both silver and gold. Silver for 4,500 shiny rocks and 500 more for gold. That's some pretty cheap gold. Another reason people love these is they love to pair it with food cosmetics, such as the turkey leg from episode 1, pretending to have a little snack in between games. And best till last, the wrenches. A lot of people really like these cosmetics, and back in this update, these would be pretty expensive, so anyone with them were probably sweats. Not so much anymore, but let's move on. Spring. This update was pretty big, as in it had a lot of cosmetics, so let's start with the bite onion. And also, no, it's not a piece of grass. It's called a spring onion, but they called it a bite onion because it's in your mouth. This free cosmetic later returned in flashbacks for 2,000 shiny rocks. Let's head to a personal favorite, the lily hats, in blue and pink. The lily hats were 3,000 shiny rocks each, and I'd say they're pretty rare, because you never really see anyone with them. I mean, apart from me, but you don't see me. Unless you do. And this purple variant is probably especially rare. A slightly more popular set would be the bunny ears, in brown and white. They'd run you down 2,500 shiny rocks, and even magically floated on your head somehow. They are pretty tall, so they also ruined any game of hide and seek you'd like to play. Neighbouring these two is an important cosmetic, the cherry blossom branches. Well, this one wasn't important, because it was only 5,000 shiny rocks. This one was, because it was 6,000, which was significant because it's the first one to ever be. Just a few more to go, and we're with the Emperor Nose Butterfly. I'm sorry, Hex, but why? This face cosmetic costs 2,500 shiny rocks. This face cosmetic costs 2,500 shiny rocks, and that's 2,500 shiny rocks too many. For that reason, it was probably bought by one person ever. Final stretch now, we have the clovers. These holdables represented Italy's St. Patrick's Day. Green for 3,500 shiny rocks, and gold for only 500 more. That's some pretty cheap gold. We've been here before. Just like the leprechaun hat did. This one was 3,000 shiny rocks and came earlier than everything else in this update, just like these two. Look at this update's rain animation. It like bounces off the glass. It doesn't do that in recent updates. It looks like this is the update where it ruined it all. Try and guess what it is. It is the one and only rainy update. Let's start with the important cosmetics, these umbrellas. These were the first interactive holdables, as you could open and close them. The black and colourful one were just 5,000 shiny rocks, while the gold one was 6,000. Let me know if you have one of these OG, here or in the Discord. Another important but weird one, the boots. 4,000 for the yellow and cloud boots, but 5,000 for the gold. These weren't really ever good, as they'd be constantly in your way while trying to play. They also made it look super weird when you were trying to climb a wall. Moving right, the forehead egg was originally free, but returned for 2,500 shiny rocks in a few flashbacks. It was one of the more liked free cosmetics back then, and it's still used by a lot of people today. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so we have the egg hat. The painted egg hat cost 2,500 shiny rocks also, but wasn't as popular, and isn't used by many people now. And I'd say that's fair due to this MS Paint looking design. Now for some overpriced ones. The pocket gorilla bun. It came in blue, pink, and yellow, all for 3,500 shiny rocks. And I don't think that price is very fair. Something closer to 2,500 probably would have made these somewhat worth it. But hey, maybe a rare cosmetic? Let me know if you have it. For the last of this update, we have the yellow rain items. This one being the hat, and this one being the shawl. I'm not sure how you say it actually. Like a lot of other cosmetics, these were 2,000 shiny rocks, and due to that price, they were probably the most popular cosmetics from this whole update, other than these. These were special. So how about we move on to a pretty special update. This one was important because almost of its cosmetics were interactable. So heading over to the main cosmetics of this update, the guitars. We had 2 acoustic and 2 electric, one of which I own. These were really cool when they launched because you could go around playing your guitar wherever you wanted. Electric ones sounded like this. Acoustics sounded like this. Again, I'm grouping the bongos and the drum set together. They had a similar price to one another, but the drum set was 500 shiny rocks more, and the bongos with only 3,500. I know what I'd choose, but that depends on the sound you preferred. Now for the unpopular ones that no one likes. The black long hair wig and the red long hair wig. Both 2,500 shiny rock. The Cosmetic was never really liked by anyone, and if you own this, then I'm sorry that you wasted your money. I have a similar opinion for the Electro helmet, which was 3,500 shiny rocks. Even more money wasted, because that's a really steep price for this thing, and it shows, because pretty much no one bought it or wears it. Last but not least, the lightning makeup. Another one I own. Can you tell people like this update? Me. This one is not only colourful, but also a full face cosmetic, which means the talking animation isn't shown, which I am actually very happy about. Time to say goodbye to this update and go to the present day. And now that we're in the present day, let me know if episode 3 should become a thing here or in the Discord, and goodbye.